But before we take our break, I want to, number one, give you guys an opportunity to ask questions, but not just to me. Let's ask some of our coaches. So are there any of our future Black life coaches here with us today that has a question for one of our certified life coaches that are on the line with us? If so, you can type it in the chat and I'll let our coaches come on screen and introduce themselves and answer one of your questions. So future Black life coaches, what questions do you have for our certified life coaches who have decided that they were going to be a confident coach? They've embraced those skills that I've shared with you. They're now living a day in the life of a coach, and they now have answered the call on their life. Type your questions in the chat. And coaches, if you want to unmute yourself, my certified life coaches here today, let's answer some of these questions. Y'all ready? So we'll start out just going down the list with introductions. Tell us who you are, what type of coach you are, and a little bit about your experience with getting certified, and then we'll get into some of the questions from our future Black life coaches. Coach Cheray, let's start with you.
Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Cheray Butler, and I am a certified life coach and resume writer. I live in Northern California, and I was recently certified actually earlier this month. And I always knew that I wanted to be a life coach. I just didn't have the confidence. Like, you guys remind me of myself, right? And so what really helped me to really make the decision to get on board and really pursue my goals as a life coach was attending the boot camp. Like, the boot camp has been, it was like the best thing that could ever happen to me, because a lot of Black women don't know, but like there are more white coaches than there are Black coaches, right? So for me to find an organization that was tailored and supportive of Black women becoming coaches, like, that's all I needed, you know what I mean? And so I felt like I was in a good space. I really enjoyed the program. And you can finish it as quick as you want to, so it just depends on you, but all the information was there. All of the material was very clear. And then also all of the other coaches, like they're such a great resource, not only Dr. AJ, but the other coaches. Like, if you have questions, and I've connected with so many of them, and we're on like Clubhouse now, and it just opens up your world and the opportunities that are available. So it's just been amazing. So you guys are in a good place right now.
Thank you, Coach Cheray.
You're welcome.
Coach Sonia, let's hear from you. I know you can't hang out with us all day, but what you got? Tell us who you are. What was your experience like coaching, and what type of coach you are, what services you offer?
So I'm Coach Sonia. I'm out of Maryville, Indiana. And just like you guys, I was right here with you. Same thing, wondering, is this something I want to do? As Dr. AJ has said, I knew there was a calling on me. I just didn't know how to, sort of manifest it and get it structured. And one night I'm just going through YouTube, and Dr. AJ showed up on a screen, and it said Black Certified Life Coach. And I'm like, what is that? And she had this beautiful smile, and I clicked it, and I was hooked. I started texting her. She was texting me back. I was so impressed. I'm like, oh my goodness. Just like she said, I'm like, is this her personal number? What? And so we text for a while, and I said, you know what? I can see you. You can't see me. So I sent her a picture of me. And just like you guys, same thing. When the price came over, I was like, oh my goodness. But what I decided was, sitting here doing nothing is just years going by, and another year, as Dr. AJ always said, are you going to be that person sitting there wishing that you had got started? One of my biggest fears is I was not from that generation of technology. I shared that with Dr. AJ in her training package. She walks you through so many different ways outside of social media to really get yourself out there. And it was scary. I'm at the age of retirement. I still have a full-time job trying to find that balance. I'm working anywhere on my regular job 8 to 8 hours a day, but I try consistently to put time aside each day towards something. That's a big thing that our doctor pushes us. Try to work at my pace and not get overwhelmed watching all the other coaches. Like Cheray said, the community, oh my goodness, to have a community of strong Black women in every professional across this country that is supporting you. Like we said, our clubhouse, and sometimes it's not necessarily about coaching, because like Dr. AJ said, when you're that person, when you're the it girl, whether you're the it girl in your group, the it girl in your family, the it girl in your job, people forget that the it girl needs people to speak life into you as you're speaking life into other people. For me, one of the biggest challenges was finding myself vulnerable and valuable to walk up to someone and say, hey, this is the price that I'm offering. We are so women of faith, but we just want to share the love in the church, and we just want to give of ourselves because God called us, but we have to feed ourselves too. And if we want to grow, it takes money to grow. So getting in the comfort zone, I'm right now within about 4 people that I'm coaching, and I feel myself being stronger and stronger each day and getting that confidence to say, hey, this is what's being offered. This is who I am. And certified for me, and Coach AJ is absolutely right. There's so much online telling you, oh, don't get certified. You can just, I think that when you're certified, people look at you in a different way. It's not to say that you don't have the gift, but it's like a validation. And it's like you took the time and the discipline to continue to grow your craft, so you are easily to trust in that. In terms of the training, it's a very easily streamlined. You go at your own pace. Dr. AJ is still there to talk with you and guide you when you get stuck. But I found it very easy. Yes, you can do it in 8 hours with my schedule. I didn't do it in 8 hours, but I did it. And that was last December. And here I am already in March and April and thinking, wow, if I had to put it off, I would have been sitting here again another year going, shoulda, coulda, woulda. So I have enjoyed the entire process, have made some phenomenal friends, and appreciate the love with all the legacies.
Thank you. All right, Coach Lee, let's hear from thee. You're one of our newest coaches.
Yes, I am. Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Coach Lee here outside of Atlanta in Georgia. And I am one of the newer ones.
That's a big thing.
And I'm not sure if I even want to say I might be one of the older ones, but that's okay. Because it finally, I'm not even sure how I came across Coach AJ. I believe it was, I saw a post, I started following her, just looking, did my research, of course, listened to YouTubes, and it came a time when I said, you know what, I got to do this. I've been wanting and been called to it. Seriously, I took Coach AJ like since 1996. And if I would have done it then, I wouldn't have stayed in my corporate life. And I'd probably been much more seriously happier doing things that I love to do, which is helping people with businesses. So that's what I do in my coaching, being certified. And even before, it was like to help young people when they want to start a business, or they're just not sure, or feel how to do it, or feel like they can do it. So I focus on businesses, whether you're new or rebranding, or nonprofits. And I added nonprofits to it because I currently have a nonprofit too. So I feel very comfortable able to help people in that sense. Since being certified, I have more confidence. I definitely do. I feel it adds the value to when I'm talking to people or someone asks me a question. I'm trying to think. When I first started coaching prior to the certificate, I felt like I couldn't charge. And after getting certified, I was like, and we go through part of the process when I did the 1-day training. I did a boot camp, but I did a 3-day challenge. And then I did the 1-day class. And it just was like so many aha moments I had personally that said, Lee, what have you been doing? You've been doing this for so many years, free of charge. You're more valuable than this. And everybody always told you that, but you're going to have the family, the friends, of course, that's going to ask you for advice, just like she mentioned earlier about being the auntie, the mama, and that was me. That is me. Right? Especially when they're younger than me, they looking for my wisdom and etc. But you know, I'm open to any age. And it just came full circle, like those aha moments, like, no, yeah, you try to do this, you know, I may not, you know, charge you as much, but listen, I'm valuable and I'm going to get you, you know, through some strategy and some action plans with I've created a program, A to F, you know, to work with businesses. I plan on having merchandise that supports a business. So just, and I believe in, like, I'm on here, you know, I'm certified, but I still, like I said in the beginning, I like the education. I wrote down, Dr. AJ, I'm going to go listen to leverage listening, because I feel that's something I need to become more familiar with. So listen to key words during these classes. Definitely in the one day, if you choose, I hope you do. So you can become, what number are we up to? Like 152, maybe 154. And just you're gonna have plenty of aha moments and welcome. And I'll call it a family. I call everybody a family. I guess that's why I'm the auntie, the mama. But we're on our what's it called, Clubhouse, our Facebooks. Everybody's just very supportive. I've asked questions, and you know, other people ask questions or ideas. We bounce against each other. So you really become that certified coaching tribe, and which is something that I really do appreciate, because they don't know everything. No one knows everything, but as a collective, we become very stronger, much stronger in this environment. So
thank you so much for sharing. You reminded me that we have, number one, we have a private clubhouse for just our coaches. It's led by one of our lead coaches, Coach B. She's in Louisiana as well, and I know if she could have been here today, she would. But you guys get to meet her every other Saturday on Clubhouse. So if you're not active there, as a certified life coach, you want to get active. You got a choice between Clubhouse and our private Facebook group. I advise you to do both. And then every twice a month, I'm on there as well, just coaching and answering questions. Me and Coach Lee spent about an hour recently, and we let any coach come and join in the one that I lead as well. But the one Coach B leads is just for our coaches. So thank you for that, Coach Lee. Coach Lee is number 149. Coach Cheray, you're actually Coach 150. I've been meaning to tell you that. I know you wanted 150. I purposefully did not assign that number because I was like, oh, I put the wrong number on her certificate. So remind me, email me, inbox me.
All my stuff now.
I know, but that's only if you want to. I just skipped that number.
That's
just
okay. I want 150. You know, I wanted 150.
Okay. So now that I'm looking at y'all's numbers, I was like, I forgot to tell you. So thank you to our coaches who shared so far. There was something else that I wanted. I think that was it. So we got 149. We got officially 150. We got Coach Alexis Taylor, who is Coach 124. Coach Sonia is 134. So y'all see our numbers. They're actually in order, but it depends on when you finish the training, what number you get. And so at last count, we were at 150. Coach Jasmine, who I don't think made it back today, she'll be 151 as soon as she finishes. So Coach Alexis Taylor, can we hear from you? And then we'll get into some of our questions, and then we'll take our quick 5-minute break and move on with the rest of our training.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. It is such a joy to see all you ladies here. Unfortunately, I lost my camera. There I am. So like she said, I'm coach number 124. I got certified last year, and I just want to be an encourager to everyone. I feel like that's my calling. That's what God has placed on this earth to do, is to encourage everyone. This one-day class certification is an amazing time. And like one of the other coaches said, you can go through it in one day or you can take your time. We know that life happens. Don't give up. Just keep going. Because once you get that certification, you're like, I did it, and you can move forward. And I also just want to say that I have found out throughout this process, my niche is working with people who are young ladies who deal with trauma. I think a lot of people are locked because of their past from trauma. And need to deal with it so that they can move forward. So there's a lot of different niches out there. Follow the passion that God has given you and the purpose he has called you to, because your niche will begin to reveal itself if you don't already have one. And one of my challenges that I found out for me was marketing, and I'm working on marketing. As the other coaches said, yes, this is a very, very supportive group. Any questions that you have, please reach out to any of us in the group and we will answer that. Of course, Dr. AJ is always available. Well, each of us are available for you as well. And you guys are going to do phenomenal. And I know you've each heard the call because that's why you're here. And just go forward with it, knowing that God is going to use you to change someone's life.
Amen. Thank you, Coach Alexis in Texas.
You're welcome.
So Coach
Thank you.
Alexis has reminded me that two things. Number one, yes, our accountability is amazing. All of our coaches are there for you, especially when you get to the last part of your certification where you have to do what we call co-coaching. You have to coach another coach. And they know exactly what it's like to sit on the other end, but they also know the value of coaching. And so they will gladly raise their hands to say, let me help you, girl. Let me help you pass this threshold. And I love that you guys can get together for accountability and networking. There's so many side conversations without me. I get jealous, like, what y'all talking about? I feel like I'm missing out. So we have an amazing community. I also love the different learning styles of our coaches as they went through our training. As a professional trainer with a degree in training and development, I pay attention to how we learn. And so if you're, diagnosed with ADD, ADHD, or maybe you're an overachiever, type A like me, who wants to get all the information up front, print and download all the worksheets, watch every video at the same time, take notes, 3-hole punch, highlight, 3-ring binder. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Now I want to go to Office Depot after I leave here. So regardless of your learning style, we have the learning style to meet you, everything from audio to video to print worksheet to digital, but there is something to accommodate every single one of you, depending on how you like to learn. I know I talked about bougie education yesterday because as Black women of faith, we like to learn in a certain way. We don't let just any and everybody, dip into our lives or speak into our lives or pour into our life. So I want to meet you where you are. So I think I got all of my coaches. I want to say thank y'all again because I'm about to, if y'all can hang out for just a little bit to answer these questions, I'm going to pin you guys. It shows that I can make you like a panel. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I'm trying it for the first time. I've seen it done. So future Black Life coaches, you guys should be seeing all 4 of our coaches pinned at the top. Let's start with, and Coach, whoever can grab these questions as we kind of wrap up this session and go to our break, because I don't want to overstimulate our future Black Life coaches, but they'd be like, dang, this was a lot. So future Black Life coach Darla says, how has being a certified life coach enhanced your life purpose? Any coach can go. I'm going to try to grab my headphones. I think the people next to me are playing music. So who wants to take that one?
I'll go ahead and take that one. Oh, go ahead, Coach, and then I'll go after you.
No, that's okay. I was just going to ask her to repeat it again.
Okay.
Ask what now?
She wanted you to repeat the question.
Oh, how has becoming a certified life coach enhanced your life or your purpose?
I would like to go. So it's enhanced my life because it basically has confirmed that I do have a skill. Like I've always been a person that wanted to help people, but I didn't have that confidence, because I feel like you have to either have experience or you have to have some kind of certification or degree or something backing you up. That helps me to feel validated. So once I got the certification, and I had already been helping people all along and not charging anything like some of the other coaches. But once I got the certification, it really just gave me this extra boost, right? And then like I put in the chat, I don't know if everyone saw it, but when you become a certified life coach, you learn all these tools and techniques that you could actually use for yourself, because we all need life coaching. Like ever since I became a life coach, I now have a life coach, but I should have had a life coach years ago and I never thought about it. But it's just really opened the door for me to, feel confident in my business. I've been able to narrow down my niche, and I'm able to connect with people, and I'm able to just show up and put myself out there. And that's what you have to do in order to get clients and to let people know that you're here for them. And then not only that, it's really just improved me as an individual. It's giving me more of a clear picture of where I want to be, and it's validated, the fact that I can go far and I can be successful in this. And just being around all the other ladies within the community is just so empowering. So I would just say it makes me feel like I'm in the right place. God placed Coach AJ in my life for a reason, and all these other coaches. And I've been successful, and I've only been a life coach for a short time, but I would just say, if you are someone that likes to help people, if you enjoy that, you might as well get paid doing it and become certified. That's going to help boost everything for you and your business.
Thank you, Coach.
You're welcome.
All right, our next question for any of our coaches is, what was your first coaching experience, one-on-one or group?
I'll take that one. That seems, my first coaching experience was a one-on-one. I prefer one-on-one. I think just the energy between the two, it's easier for me, for my flow. So the conversation, what their needs are, etc. I find it easier, and for that one-on-one versus a group. I have done group ones like yesterday, but I was not the facilitator of it. I actually had somebody facilitate it, and I just had people that I work on one-on-one with come into a group for a certain theme. So, but I'm a one-on-one one.
Thank you. We talked about that yesterday, right? Your personality. And Coach Lee actually was my first experiment when I said, well, let me see how to help our coaches distinguish their coaching personalities. So we established that early on before she took certification. So I'm so glad to hear that you have tested these out. Thanks, Coach Lee. Have any of you experienced hostility from counselors or therapists? Anybody can take that.
I'll take that one. So are you just saying other licensed people? I guess that's what you're asking, right? But the answer is no, because it's three different things the way you're asking it. Counseling and mental health and all that's different. Like, life coaches don't do that. And so you have to make sure that you understand that.
Yes.
So no, you're good.
Thank you for that. And because coaching and counseling is so different, we train counselors. I'm going to talk about some of that after the break coming up. I train therapists, counselors, practitioners. We have a lot of them here in Georgia. One particular office sends all of their counselors to us to get certified because they know the difference between coaching and counseling. So no hostility. We only work together. As a matter of fact, you're going to need a counseling friend. Number one, you need a coach, because we believe coaches need coaches. I told you I have 5. Number 2, counselors need coaches. Believe it or not, I've been in counseling sessions for myself personally, and I end up coaching. And I'm like, okay, I got to find a new counselor now. I'm the coach, not the client. But also, coaches at this moment, life coaches cannot get paid using insurance, but counselors can. So I have in the past partnered with counseling centers to say, hey, throw me in on that grant, throw me in on that insurance payment. Let me come do some coaching for your counseling clients, and let's make this money together. So you want to actually work together with coaches. Coaches, any final words before we go to our break? Anything you would like to say to encourage our future Black life coaches? I want to thank y'all again for being here. Anything you want to throw that out?
I'd like to go. So I'd like to say, I commend you ladies for just showing up, and just putting yourselves out there and wanting to know more about how to become a certified Black life coach. And you're in the right place. So if you're, like Coach AJ was saying about the double dutch, that was me, literally. I'm sure she has a recording of me talking about, well, I don't know if I want to do it. And I was trying to come up with every reason why I couldn't do it. But really, you have to go with your gut feeling. And I've experienced this whole pandemic, and it should have, and it should be really giving you guys a different outlook on how you want your future to be and how you want to be able to take control of your finances and take control of your life, because like we have to have multiple streams of income. Like, I mean, some of you can probably do this full time only, but me, I have children, I have lots of children. So I have to have multiple streams of income, and this has just been a blessing for me. And I just feel like you guys are in the right place. And if you're feeling nervous about it, or if you have questions, just keep asking your questions. But definitely you have to, at some point, take that leap of faith and just know that this is a good decision for you. So I hope you guys take the opportunity.
Thank you, Coach. Anybody else?
I also want to, yes, I want to say to you guys, when I started this journey and started really looking on YouTube and online, and just such an array of different styles and different people that are trying to sell you different certifications and plans, and you begin to wonder, are people really genuine? What I want to say, if you're like, oh, this all sounds great, is it really real? They're talking about the clubhouse, how, tight they are. We all struggle with trying to find those Black sisters who really support one another, not trying to bring each other down. But when I tell you that Dr. AJ is as genuine, this is not phony, this is who she is, her bright smile, she is always supportive, she literally works this job in her sleep. She's sometimes, us late nighters, I'll look up and she's on live at midnight. I'm like, what are you doing up? And she's like, what are y'all doing up hanging out with me? She is with us literally, I am not kidding, 24 hours a day. When she's tired, sleepy, coffee, in the car, you will not be without support. I've been really, really busy, and this woman has tracked me down at least twice a week. Coach, what are you doing? Where you at? Been missing you. Let me know you alive. I was like, what? She has all these 100 and something people, and she noticed that, I wasn't absent because it was something I wasn't interested in. It's just sometimes life getting in the way, and she checks on us. You're talking about 150 plus women she has certified, and she takes the time. Do you need me? What's going on? Is there something I can help you with? I am telling you, you cannot be at a better place. Can you imagine this one person and this mogul? And we tease her. We're like, you're going to be the next Oprah. We're going to jump on a plane. She's going to take us across, and we're going to have these retreats. It is the real deal, ladies. It is the real deal. I am not making this up. And what I love about Dr. AJ is that everything that this woman does, she shares. You hear people all the time when they finally make it, or they get all their education, they get their platforms, and they never come back home. Whether it's a podcast that she was on, she's going to invite us to listen, or she's going to send us the replay. Whether it's her book or someone else's book, she encourages, like she said, she knows she's a doctor, we're coaches, and she tells you, hey, get another coach, go out there, do your research. It is not just about me. She's helping you build and expand your skill set. And she's doing it in a very genuine, passionate, this is what she lives and breathes. And so it makes you excited. So you're like, I want to do that too. So it is the real deal. I am telling you, do this, do this, do this.
Thank you, Coach. I appreciate you.
Hi, Coach AJ. This is Alexis. Hello.
Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. So I just wanted to say something really quick and just encourage the ladies that Coach AJ is only going to teach you everything she knows, but she's going to make sure that you operate as a life coach within the confines of ethical boundaries that's going to protect you as well as the others. And I see someone here put a note about a counselor said that coaches aren't licensed. And I know Coach AJ is going to touch on this. But once you know what your job is as a life coach and you operate in that, and you're not operating and putting yourself out there as a counselor, because I'm a certified counselor, but when I work as a life coach, I'm working as a life coach. And so just you ladies, stay encouraged. You've got a full team of, you have a whole squad behind you, led by the best of the best. You know, Coach AJ is coaching everyone internationally and right here in the States. And like they said, she has 150 people and she keeps up with us. She will drop in your messenger and you're like, oh, hi, I'm good. Thank you for reaching out to me. You know, so Dr. AJ, I just want to commend you and tell you that we love you and we appreciate all that you're doing and that you're teaching us, and that God continue to bless you. And good luck, ladies. I look forward to seeing each of you with your certification and your numbers behind your name.
Yay! Can we give our coaches a round of applause, ladies? Thank you, coaches. Like I mentioned, I'm so grateful for you being here. I know you guys have a busy schedule, so if you got to jump off, I understand. We're actually going to take a 5-minute break. We had some newbies join us, including one of our other newly certified coaches. So when we come back, we'll hear from you guys to say hello. And Bridget, I'll also address your second part of your question when we come back as well. Hey, Coach Donna. So let's take a 5-minute break. I will see you guys back here in 5 minutes. We will start without you, ladies. So 5 minutes. Go pee, go do what you need to do. Okay, be back. All right, coaches, welcome back. Y'all ready? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. All right. So let's see. Turning back on. Here we go. So I want to welcome Coach Donna Cash here. Donna, you need to change your name to certified or coach or something so we know. Thank you for coming. Welcome.
Let me get right on that.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. So real quick, tell us who you are and what your experience was like getting certified as a life coach and kind of what you coach around. Just say hello to the coaches and motivate them a little bit, ma'am.
Good morning, good people. So excited to see you here. I am Donna Cash, certified life coach. I loved the experience. It went with my timing, with my pace, with the things that I have to do. At the time, I was traveling 3 weeks out of the month. So I was always gone, so it fit my lifestyle perfectly. I have decided recently to focus my coaching on young women being emancipated from foster care. So that is going to be my target audience. I have other clients that I work with, professional women from that aspect, but my heart lies with women making that type of transition. And in the work that I do, it'll be a great match. And so that is where I'm going to focus my energy with my business going forward. And that's who I am. I live in Denver, Colorado. I absolutely love what Dr. Austin has created. And I think it is fantastic to see all these motivating, encouraging, brilliant women coming together to make our lives, our community, our society just better. So move forward and get it done.
Thank you. Any future Black life coaches have a question for Coach Donna? You can just unmute and ask really quick since it's just one of her. Nobody?
I'll ask one similar to the question I posed earlier. How has it enhanced your life, and has it fulfilled more of your purpose, of your reason for being on earth?
Well, I think going through the process myself. So I think Dr. AJ was creative in ensuring that we answered the questions and kind of coached ourselves first. So I think for me, it kind of solidified my desire, my understanding. My master's is in counseling, but I also, even having a master's in counseling, I did not get this type of skill set around how to ask the questions and things of that nature. So it was extremely uplifting in my skills. I have a skill set, and it kind of elevated my skill set at a better level. So that's where it inspired me a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Any other questions for Coach Donna Cash?
Dr. Austin, I had posted a question, but I guess it didn't come through. I don't know if my chat not working, okay. But it's for anybody that, and I think I asked you this earlier, how do you reach the audience? That's my main thing. I mean, I noticed that I've been called to older women, helping older women, some middle age and younger young women as well. But a lot of people, they come to me and they talk, want to talk, and like many people don't want to pay. I don't even think they would be wanting to pay, and how do you reach that audience of people? I guess I need to look more out the box. Maybe I'm in my little circle. Maybe I need to go broader out the box, because I see that even in just some of the things I've been doing in the ministry, you can't get people to participate, especially when it comes down to money. If it's free, yes. So how do you do that? How?
It's interesting. I think for individuals, well, the first ones that we do anyway are to get our skills where they need to be. So offering it as a service first to really build up the stamina in the process is going to be good anyway. What I found is, and even with friends who may call and want to have the dialogue, and I haven't charged them yet. They've said, what is your rate? I think as you build your skill set, they value it in a way that they want to contribute the work. For some people, I have a rate. It ranges depending on who I'm serving. For the young women coming out of foster care, ideally, I'm going to do some work with some nonprofit organizations that I have relationships with. For individuals that I'm going to charge a rate, I have a rate. They understand it. It's part of the contract that we set between $50 and $125. It depends on the individual. For some individuals, because I also value them, but they can't necessarily afford it. One thing that I've asked is go to LinkedIn and do a really good recommendation for me. That's honest and that's genuine and that says what the value was of our experience together. So there's other ways to be compensated, so to speak. However, if you really want to think about clients, your clientele is going to be important, and it may need to start at $25, especially if the individuals just can't afford those rates. So I think it's being flexible and creating space for the individuals that you want to serve. I'm also a certified yoga instructor, and what I recognize is that when you're in service to others, it feels different. And so figure out who are you in service to, and then I think those alignments are going to show up much easier.
Thank you for that wisdom. You just dropped the nugget with the LinkedIn recommendations. Okay, Coach, teaching us on today. Thank you so much, Coach Donna, for being here and for sharing. And if you're welcome to hang out with us, you know that. It's all love. I know you booked and busy, can't never find you. Where you at down in the car, coaching? Coach Donna. So thank you.
I'm not going to hang out too long, but yeah, just reach out. Y'all, on Facebook, I'm Ann Jones. I can't change it. I don't know why, but reach out. I'm happy to support. I absolutely adore what's happening and would be happy to support you any way I can. Have an amazing day, y'all.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, Cicely, hello, welcome. I know you came as a recommendation from Coach Alexis in Texas. You want to say hello? Texas, you want to say hello?
Hello, everyone.
Hey, how are you? Welcome. Hey, how are you? Welcome.
Thank you. I'm doing wonderful. It's been a rough morning for me this morning, but I got on a little late. But I'm just anticipating and learning more just to kind of understand. I don't really have a specific audience, but I know I've been called to the ministry for women. So I'm just looking to expand that and see what God has for me in store in the future.
Awesome. So make sure you watch the replay from yesterday, and I'll also send out a replay from today. And we're going to go ahead and move on. I know we only have a few more moments together, and I want to answer more of you guys' questions. We have some more coaches trying to join us. I'm like, y'all, we full now. Thank y'all. My coaches really come through, y'all. So any other questions, y'all feel free to post them in the chat. We're going to mute our mics back out. And let me send this link. There we go. And so I'm going to answer some of the questions that you guys had from earlier. One thing that Bridget brought up was chatting with the licensed counselor. So in life coaching, you're going to have to explain to people what coaching is sometimes. You're going to have to show them what coaching is sometimes. So if someone responds in a negative way or in a way that makes you feel uncomfortable about coaching, it's simply because they may have never experienced coaching. It's not necessarily anything negative. You know, you'll always have people who want to put themselves above themselves or other people. That's why I say as coaches, just because you wear the badge of certification does not mean that we're better than people. That's what makes us such great coaches. And then when other people see people singing your praises, like Donna mentioned recommendations, or people just telling other people how you've really helped change their life, that's what's gonna get your friends, your counselor friends, whoever on board, singing your praises as well, wanting to know if they can still reach you. Can I still call her and get her on the phone? You know, did I burn that bridge? Life coaching is a fairly new industry. It came around in the early 90s. My coach, Dr. Michael J. Duckett, who you guys saw pictures of a couple times yesterday, he trained with the founder of Life Coaching, a man named Thomas J. Leonard. Y'all may want to look him up, get some of his books. I actually recommend some of his books in our trainings. He is the father of Life Coaching and just this wonderful man. He passed away at an early age as well, but he left such a legacy for this community. And so when you look at life coaching, life coach certification, you look at counseling, you look at the medical industry, literally everything out there today is something someone made up. It was an idea that someone had. So never let anyone speak down to your gifts. Education, colleges, made up idea. You know, it's just based on whether or not you have people on board buying into the vision. That's with anything. So that's a little bit about that. Hey, Coach Shannon, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining.
Hi, Coach.
I know this is your off day, but just address the people really quick. Tell them who you are, what you coach around, and what your experience was going through the one-day life coach certification training. We're about to talk about that coming up.
Okay, my name is Shannon Fuselier. I am a resident in Alexandria, Louisiana. I went through my life coach certification last year, and the one-day experience was phenomenal. The way I did it online and the way Coach AJ has it set up, you can go back and review videos that you need to. I could email her. She texts in with you regularly. It was just a phenomenal experience. I haven't zeroed in exactly yet on what I want to focus on, but I've been exploring different opportunities and different types of clients, and Coach AJ is still, accessible. I can email her anytime, and she's just awesome.
Thank you. Any questions for Coach Shannon? I think she's our last coach to join us today. Does anyone have a question for Coach Shannon? Nothing? Y'all quiet. Okay. So Coach Shannon, what's one word of encouragement that you would leave our coaches with on today? These future Black life coaches who are going to sit in the same seat you sat at last year. What would you say?
Perseverance.
Persevere. Period. That's a complete.
Period.
Thank you so much for joining us. You go back to your off time. And thank you for your support. I know you fought to be here. We got you here, girl.
Coach, I'd do anything for you, Coach. All right. You guys, good luck. Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.